They can't even, if a next guy that calls here, I'm going to ask him, why should we pull? What is the imperative of pulling out? What's in it for the United States to pull out? I don't think they have an answer for that other than, we're just going to bring the troops home. Save the troops, keep the troops safe, or whatever. It's not possible intellectually to follow these people.
No, it's not. And what's really funny is they never talk to real soldiers. They like to pull these soldiers to come up out of the blue and spout to the media.
The phony soldiers.
The phony soldiers. If you talk to a real soldier, they are proud to serve. They want to be over in Iraq. They understand their sacrifice, and they're willing to sacrifice for the country.
They joined to be in Iraq.
A lot of them.
Well, I mean, you know where you're going these days. The last 4 years, if you sign up, the odds are you're going there or Afghanistan or somewhere.
Exactly, sir. And my other comment, when I reached the call in for, was to retort to Jill about the fact that we didn't find any weapons of mass destruction. Actually, we have found weapons of mass destruction in chemical agents that the insurgents have been using against us for a while now. I've done 2 tours in Iraq. I just got back in June, and there were many instances of the insurgents not knowing what they're using in their IEDs. They're using mustard artillery rounds, VX artillery rounds in their IEDs because they didn't know what they were using. They didn't do it right, and so it just kind of it didn't really hurt anybody. But those munitions are over there. It's a huge desert. If they bury it somewhere, we're never going to find it.
Well, that's a moot point for me right now. The weapons of mass destruction. We got to get beyond that. We're there. Who cares if we all know they were there, and Mahmoud even admitted it in one of his speeches here about talking about Saddam using the poison mustard gas or whatever it is on his own people. But that's moot right now. What's more important is all this is taking place now in the midst of the surge working. And all of these anti-war Democrats are getting even more hell-bent on pulling out of there, which means that success on the part of you and your colleagues over there is a great threat to them. It's frustrating and maddening, and it's why they must be kept in the minority. I want to thank you, Mike, for calling. I appreciate it very much. Let me get something. Here is a morning update that we did recently talking about fake soldiers. This is a story of who the left props up as heroes. Then they have their celebrities. One of them was Army Ranger Jesse Macbeth. Now, he was a corporal. I say in quotes. 23 years old. What made Jesse Macbeth a hero to the anti-war crowd wasn't his Purple Heart. It wasn't his being affiliated with post-traumatic stress disorder from tours in Afghanistan and Iraq. No. What made Jesse Macbeth, Army Ranger, a hero to the left was his courage, in their view, off the battlefield. Without regard to consequences, he told the world the abuses he had witnessed in Iraq. American soldiers killing unarmed civilians, hundreds of men, women, even children. In one gruesome account, translated into Arabic and spread widely across the internet, Army Ranger Jesse Macbeth describes the horrors this way. We would burn their bodies. We would hang their bodies from the rafters in the mosque. Now, recently, Jesse Macbeth, the poster boy for the anti-war left, had his day in court. You know what? He was sentenced to 5 months in jail and 3 years probation for falsifying a Department of Veterans Affairs claim and his Army discharge record. He was in the Army. Jesse Macbeth was in the Army, folks. Briefly. 44 days before he washed out of boot camp. Jesse Macbeth isn't an Army Ranger, never was. He isn't a corporal, never was. He never won the Purple Heart, and he was never in combat to witness the horrors he claimed to have seen. You probably haven't even heard about this. And if you have, you haven't heard much about it. This doesn't fit the narrative and the template of the drive-by media and the Democrat Party as to who a